right, guys. All right. Welcome to Frank Teaches MLOps. Yeah, my lovely viewers. Yes. So today we will be looking at packaging, right? Packaging ML model as an artifact. Artifact. Yes, you heard me right. How do you package your ML model as an artifact ready for deployment? All right. So when you package a model, you are almost set, right, for deployment. And I'm going to show us the essence of why model packaging is very, very important. All right. So guys, without further ado, let's get started. So I'll be opening my Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Lab. Okay. At the same time, I'll be opening my GitHub. I have my code already. And um, at the same time, I'll be opening this is my repository where I have everything. I have sorry, yes, that's my Jupyter Lab. Okay, and I have a previous video. All right, I did. So if you have not watched those videos, guys, you need to rush and go and watch those videos, right? So
All my swallow lovers, gather
please
here. Now,
just
let me
one second,
show you
guys.
something that will make your life more.
To
All
pull in
right.
the data.
So if you've not watched this video, developing machine learning model for real world predictions, right? You need to go and watch this video so that you'll be in line with what we are going to achieve today, right? What we intend to achieve today. So this video I talked about model development, developing models, all right, machine learning model from scratch. Okay, from scratch. Now in this current video I'm doing today, okay, I'll be looking at packaging this model that I've just developed. All right, I want to package it as an artifact, right? Make it ready for what? For deployment. That is the essence of today's video. And without further ado, let's get started. So I'll be picking up my code. My code is somewhere here. Let's look at my code quickly. All right. So this is my code for model creation, right? Model development, all right? So I wouldn't want to go through phases of explaining each and every line of it because all of that was done in this video, well detailed, right? Anything I'm going to say here wouldn't be detailed, all right? Except few things I just added, which is this line 3, right? Line 3, I'm going to explain that line 3, right? So without further ado, let's get started. So I'll copy this code. Copy this code. Copy. Come to Jupyter Lab. All right. And I'll paste it. Now, this is a clean code. Very clean. Very clean code. Okay. Very, very clean code. So with this code now, all right, I can what? Perform prediction. So you can see prediction, predict. So if I run this cell now, shift enter, I run the cell, it tells me that it's running. Just let's give it some time. Right. We're having some errors, so no such file, so it's missing this file. All right, so it's trying to find my data set. So this is my data set, right? So my data set should be under my download folder. Okay, so what I will do is I'll open a cell above and change direct, because if you can see pwd, I am in this location slash users slash Frank. So change directory to my downloads folder. I've changed directory. Now this my code should work, right? Because I have this my data sets already within my downloads folder. So let's run that and see what happens. So shift enter. So what else are we having? Um, one more error. Okay. Um, where are we having that error? Let's look at the error. Okay, it's complaining of this numpy. It's saying reshape your data either using an array reshape. All right, so I'll come here and I'm going to add another square bracket as a two-dimensional array because it's a two-dimensional array, right? So you have to correct it. So now this is our prediction. So the predicted rental price is this. So this data set is a data set about rental, all right, rental prices, all right. So this data set has these features. It has room as a feature. It also has area as a feature. Now, based on the rooms and the area, the price will be what? Predicted, right? The price would be predicted. Let me just quickly give us a rundown of how the data set look like. Let me pull in the data sets. Let me come here. Um, Rental DF is my data set. Okay, so I come here and say rental DF. So that's my data set. So this is the data set, right? So let me just print the first five record. Great. So these are the rooms, the area, and the price. Based on the number of rooms and the number of the area, the square feet area, the price is what is predicted. So all of these has been taught in this video, developing machine learning model for real world prediction. Okay, great guys. So I wouldn't want to go into that. So today's is just packages model, right? Packages model for deployment, right? For deployment. Great. So now look at this now. There is a drawback to this process. This process in the sense that um what this thing means is that every now and then, okay, it means that each time I try to train my model, okay, each time I'll try to make prediction, I always train this model every now and then, right? Mean that every now I am training the model. And what happens when you overtrain a model? When you overtrain a model with the same data sets, the model become overfitted. The model become overfitted, right? When you keep training a particular model with a particular data set, look at this now. I have this particular data set. Data set is not changing, right? And I'm using it to train my model. This is where the model training is really happening. All right, great. And each time I do this with this same data set, this model, my prediction will become the same. All right, my prediction will always be the same. And it means that the model will become overfitted. When someone say, you are fit, all right. So we'll never see anything wrong about the model. Okay, so that for that reason, right, um, we would separate our prediction from our model development, which is our model training. So this section will be our model training, while this section will be our prediction. So I'll use this model training to create an app, an application. All right. So great. Now packaging, okay, an app. So let's quickly go there. Look at my script. Okay, I have something that does that. I have another script that does that. So that script I'll be using. So I just needed to show us how we can develop our model and make predictions out of the model. So this is just an empty without any packaging. All right. This is just in the developmental phase, right? Without any packaging. I'm not packaging any model here. So let's see how we can package our model, right? So for that, I'll be using this second code. Okay, let me copy all of these. It's the same thing, but what just changed is this part. So I'll be using this. Let's go there. I'll explain. So I'll remove this part, the predicted part. prediction. I don't want this part in my code. Now, I'll replace it with the packager. I'm not making predictions here. What I'm doing here now is I'm packaging my model as a .pickle, right? So in machine learning, in Python, all right, there's a library called Pickle. So Pickle is a library used for model packaging. Okay, model what? Packaging. So I'll be packaging this model as a Pickle file. So once your model has been packaged as a Pickle file, based on that model, can use that model to what? To run my predictions, right? All right, to run my predictions after, all right, after, based on the model. Okay, so it means that if I change this data set, I will have a package model which I could use, right, which I could use to run my what? Prediction, or which I could use for deployment. Right, now that's a built-in. So this is, now I'm opening a file using the with function, all right, using the with method, right. um um okay, so I'm creating a new file called model.pickle in this directory. Okay, so um I though I have this directory, okay, but if you don't have it, you can always go direct. But I have this directory within my what's it called, um within um my downloads folder. So you can see I have it there already. I have this directory. Okay, so let's go there. So I have this directory, which is, I have this directory here. If I go to downloads, I have directory called model. Okay, great. Let's minimize. So for, let's first remove everything under this directory. So there we have things in here. So I will delete everything in here, delete. So that folder is empty now. It's empty folder. All right, it's an empty folder. Great. So I will be creating and packaging my model. So I'll be dumping the model in this location as a what? As a file. All right, as a file. So let's do that. So I'm going to run this cell. So shift enter, shift enter. Suppose it has been created, but I'm supposed to put some construct that that says model has been successfully saved. Let me look at where I did something very similar. Where I did something similar. Okay, so I can copy this. All right, so tell me that model has been saved in XYZ location. So I'll come here and add that part. So print, all right, model saved successfully at model path, though I didn't define the model path. Okay, so I need to define the model path. Let's look at so model path was this. So I'll define a model path as that. Okay, come back here. So above this, can come and define my model path. My model path will be model slash that. So model dot pickle, pickle. So the pickle file extension comes with what? Dot pickle. So that's my model path, and it will save here. And I'll get, after running this cell, I should have a response, all right, an output that my model was successfully saved at this location. So let's run that one more time. So shift enter. So it tells me that model was saved successfully at this location. So if I go to here and check, open this model folder, I can see I have the model. So I can select it, delete it. Let's rerun the cell one more time. So this is my cell, right? And I should run that, shift enter. Model was saved successfully. Let's check one more time and refresh is there. Great. Now we have our model. It's time to now what? Use the model to what? To make prediction, right? So now I have another code, which is a pure Python code, an application, sorry. I'll come to my app.py, all right? So look at this now, okay? I'm creating an app.py, okay. So so normal, import my pickle. Now import my formatter, which is my input as well as output formatter as JSON. Or this aspect is not needed, right? This comes in my next will come in my next video when I'm creating I'm containerizing my model using Python, right? Using Python Flask, right? So when using Python Flask, right, it is compulsory, necessary that I make use of what JSON, right, to format, right, my inputs. My inputs I'm going to get from my um for my model, right? So this part will not be needed. Let me just copy this. So copy. So come to your Jupyter notebook. So this is the first part. The first part is what? Packaging your model using what? This library. Pickle dot pickle yes, the pickle library. All right. So great. The next part now will be my application. All right, my application that will what? That will use the model to make what? Prediction. Okay. So I don't need this part either. Let's go up. Now, packaging your model, the process is called serialization. Serialization. Now, the packaging, right, is like just like compression and decompression, right? When you decouple the package, right, it becomes it deserialize it. You deserialize it. Okay. So now, while I'm serializing it, I'm writing into a file. All right. While I'm deserializing it, I'm reading from a file. All right, I'm reading from a file. Now, this is it. Okay, I'm deserializing it. Same method, same location, all right, same location. I'm reading from the file, and the name of the model is I'm loading that. It's saved as this, as a variable. This model is saved as a file. All right, I'm using the library name, which is here, right, to load the file. Right, so in this framework, in this library, there is a method called what? Load. That will load the file which has what? My model. Okay? So once that has been loaded, and this model, based on this now, you say, I'm now saying model dot predict. Predict what? Predict room as well as what? Area. Right? Then I'll now print out my predicted rental price. I'm now saying the predicted rental price is my prediction, right? So I'm gonna run this and I'm gonna get our prediction. So shift enter, it tells me very straight and simple. The predicted rental price is this. So if I change this value, let's say my room, I have two room and the square foot area is 611. So if I run that, my value should change. You can see my rental price is my predicted price, rental price keeps what? Keeps changing. So guys, this is where you can what? Package your model. So if you want to take this into production, all right, we can do that. So let's do that. So what I will do is I'll copy my what? My model, copy my model, go to download. Let's go to download. Download, right? Download, sorry. Right. So I think I have something there already. Let me delete what I have there. So I have these two guys, delete, deleted. Great. All right. So I will create a file. All right. So I'll say notepad, notepad. I'll call it model.py. All right. So it opens up. Okay. And let me paste the content in there. So I'll say file, save as, right, model.py, save it as all file. I'll click on what? Save. Save. It says exist, replace it. That has been saved. So I'll do the same thing with my um app.py. So app.py, yes. So I'll come over here and copy my my application code. So this is my application that does what with prediction. So copy it. Okay. Come to your notepad and paste it. So let's receive that guy. Save as app.py and all file. Save and yes, saved. So I can close this now. Now, instead of running my what's it called? My prediction, my code, everything I've done on Jupyter Notebook, I can come to my base machine, right, and run my application. So all what I've done here was just for development purpose. Now I want to move that into what production. So come over here and I say, okay, Python. I have Python and Python model.py. Now I want to what? First of all, run my model. Okay, run the model. Okay, because so I've run the model, package the model. Based on the package model, I'll use that to run my what application, which in turn will make what we perform what predictions. So I'll run this. So it tells me that let's see, model saved successfully at what at this location. Model was saved. Now let's now run our application. So I say Python app.py. So when I run this, it will give me an outright um prediction. It says what the predicted rental price is this value. That's it, guys. Right? So this is how you package your ML model as a what? As an artifact, right? Packaging ML model as and what? As an artifact. Guys, I hope this session has been very, very informative, and I hope to see you guys in my next episode. Thank you and have a lovely Friday. All right? Have a lovely Friday. And to add to that, please watch this video, right? How to develop a machine learning model from scratch, right? From scratch. Thank you and see you in our next episode. Thank you.